I'm just taking yarn, I'm just taking string, and then I'm creating something entirely out of it. So I think it's resonated with me the most out of like all the like artsy things, because it's like I kind of essentially start with nothing and then can make whatever I have in my brain. I'm Lucy Davallo. I'm 19, I'm a sophomore, and I'm studying American Sign Language. I've been crocheting since junior year of high school, so it's been about 3, almost 4 years. But when I was a kid, I always played with arts and crafts. When other people played with like action figures and stuff, like that was my creative outlet. The first real project I made was I saw on Pinterest people were making sweaters out of different squares, and I was like, I know how to make squares, so I might make a sweater. So it took me a couple months, but I made a bunch of squares and I put them together and I made a sweater, and I was like, wow, I just made a piece of clothing out of these little squares. And I was like, I can take this yarn and I can make something cool out of it. So I just wanted to keep making stuff from there.
When I'm doing homework or watching TV in bed, Lucy's on her computer and crocheting simultaneously. Her fingers move like insanely fast, and it's always just fun to watch her.
I pretty much crochet every single day. Like, it's also sort of an anxiety reducer for me. Like, I can sort of like settle in, watch a show, and like let my hands like do their thing. Because since I don't really have to think about it anymore, it's sort of like a comfort tool for me. Once you've honed like the skill set, it just feels like so much easier to like actually do things. So I feel like it takes a couple of years to like physically figure out how it works. And once you have that out of the way, then the creativity starts to like be easier. Crocheting something and that productivity sort of gives me a sense of fulfillment. Like I just made something out of my time, and then it kind of gives me the reassurance that I'm like, I don't know, I have the capability to do something tangible, and that artistic outlet is really fulfilling for me. I'm really grateful that I found a little community of crocheters on TikTok, like using hashtags, an extremely powerful tool, because I like to make videos of all of the projects that I've done, and then I put it up on my TikTok account, and I'll use a bunch of hashtags, which leads a lot of other crocheters to my page, and then they'll comment like, how did you do this? Where did you get this pattern? And it kind of starts a conversation of like ideas or inspiration for different things. So I learned a lot of independent skills from YouTube mostly. Social media has really helped in learning different like stitches and skills like that. I sell a lot of my pieces on Depop. That's been sort of a recent thing, because I think a lot of my pieces have felt really personal and it's shown my progress. But I just have sort of an excess of things that I've made and people really like them, so I started to put them on my Depop. I think with any sort of art or tangible hands-on thing that people like make, it feels very personal. And so I think people sort of relate to it also because they take it personally as well. Over the past sort of couple of years, I think independent artists have gotten a lot of like media publicity, and people have seen the importance in supporting people like that. So yeah, people really like to buy handmade things, and I'm really grateful that people are reaching out and asking for my stuff. As sort of trends come and go, I'll find new things to find inspiration in and new things that I'll want to make. But I definitely want to start teaching other people how to crochet, because I've had a few friends who are like, I just really want to make a cardigan and I don't know how to do it. And I think that it's not a thing that I should just like keep to myself so I can sell more of my stuff. I think it's something that other people might find fulfillment in making something, and I have a lot of creative friends. So I think it would be cool to like sit down and teach all of my friends how to make stuff too. Because it's also, it's a more sustainable way to like have clothes than to just buy something from like a fast fashion company. Like, you're making something of substance that is cool and it's fashionable, but it's also like coming from cheaper materials that you're making yourself.